From Austria to homeless and nearly penniless Hitler, he slept in shelters. From messenger to evil Hitler's believed, the army had been betrayed by traitors at home. Where come from his ideology? How he joined the Nazi Party? Why Hitler against the Jews? How he becomes so famous? What was the biggest blunder Hitler did? What is the Holocaust? He was a man whose name became synonymous with evil. A failed artist, a decorated soldier, a political mastermind, and the architect of a war that claimed tens of millions of lives. This is the full story of Adolf Hitler. From his troubled youth to his rise as the dictator of Nazi Germany, and ultimately to his catastrophic fall that reshaped the world forever. You are watching Adolf Hitler Rise and Ruin, the full story. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, a small Austrian town near the German border. His father, Alois Hitler, was a strict and often violent customs official. His mother, Clara, was gentle and deeply devoted to him. As a child, Hitler showed signs of arrogance, stubbornness, and a deep desire to be recognized. But school was not his strong suit. He clashed with teachers, and his grades were mediocre at best. Hitler dreamed of becoming an artist, yet twice the prestigious Academy of Fine Arts Vienna rejected his applications. They told him he had no talent. From 1909 to 1913, he lived in Vienna, homeless and nearly penniless. He slept in shelters, sold postcards, and watched as the city's politics and nationalism began to shape his thinking. It was in Vienna that Hitler first encountered anti-Semitic ideology, ideas that would later define his regime. In 1914, World War I broke out. Hitler, who had been rejected from the Austrian military, eagerly volunteered for the German army. He served as a messenger on the Western Front, a dangerous job that earned him 2 medals for bravery. He was wounded twice, but never rose above the rank of corporal. When Germany lost the war in 1918, Hitler was devastated. Like many others, he believed the army had been betrayed by traitors at home, Jews, communists, and the politicians who signed the surrender. These beliefs became central to his ideology. After the war, Hitler remained in the army. He was sent to infiltrate a small political group known as the German Workers' Party. But instead of reporting back, Hitler joined the party. He quickly gained attention for his fiery speeches and extreme ideas. In 1920, the group rebranded itself as the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. Hitler's charisma and ability to captivate crowds made him the face of the movement. In 1923, he attempted to overthrow the German government in what became known as the Beer Hall Putsch. The coup failed. But during that time, he wrote Mein Kampf, or My Struggle, a book filled with nationalist propaganda, anti-Semitic theories, and his vision for Germany's future. After prison, Hitler returned to a nation in chaos. The Great Depression had crippled the economy. Millions were unemployed. Fear and anger gripped the population, and Hitler promised salvation. Using rallies, speeches, and propaganda, the Nazi Party gained rapid support. In 1932, they became the largest party in the German parliament. On January 30th, 1933, Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany. Soon after, the Reichstag building caught fire. Hitler blamed communists. Using the fire as an excuse, he pushed through the Enabling Act, giving him absolute power. Democracy in Germany was dead. Hitler moved quickly to consolidate his control. He banned political parties, crushed dissent, and built a secret police force known as the Gestapo. He launched massive public works programs and rearmed the military, violating the Treaty of Versailles. For some Germans, life seemed to improve, but only if you fit the Nazi ideal. Jews were targeted, isolated, and stripped of their rights under the 1935 Nuremberg laws. Hitler's cult of personality grew. Propaganda films and mass rallies portrayed him as Germany's savior. In 1938, Hitler annexed Austria, an act welcomed by many Austrians. That same year, he demanded part of Czechoslovakia. Britain and France, desperate to avoid war, gave in. But Hitler's ambitions were far from satisfied. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Britain and France declared war. World War II had begun. Using blitzkrieg, or lightning war, Germany overran Poland in weeks. Then Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium and France followed. Hitler stood triumphant over Europe. But in 1941, he made a fatal miscalculation, invading the Soviet Union. The brutal Russian winter, vast distances and fierce Soviet resistance stalled the German advance. Germany was now fighting on two fronts, and the tide was beginning to turn. The front lines, Hitler orchestrated one of the greatest crimes in human history, the Holocaust. Jews across Europe were rounded up, forced into ghettos and deported to concentration camps. In these camps, millions were murdered, gassed, shot, starved, or worked to death. Hitler called it the final solution. 6 million Jews perished, along with millions of others, Roma, disabled individuals, political prisoners, and more. The world would not grasp the full horror until the Allies began liberating the camps. In 1944, Allied forces landed in Normandy, D-Day. Germany was now being pushed back from both the east and west. In July, a group of German officers attempted to assassinate Hitler. The Holocaust became a symbol of the depths to which hatred can descend, and Adolf Hitler became a lasting warning, a dictator whose ambition, ideology and cruelty brought the world to the brink of annihilation. His legacy is one of devastation, but remembering it is vital so history does not repeat itself. Thank you for watching. If this story helped you understand one of the darkest chapters in history, please like this video, share it, and subscribe for more deep dives into the past. Let us remember not to glorify evil, but to learn from it, so we may build a future free from its shadow.